All right, the next unit is radicals. Okay, so here's an example of a binomial. So you will have to FOIL this out. Okay, first times first makes 3 root 2. Outsides are both whole numbers, or both integer numbers, so 3 times -6 is a -18. Front part is 4, radical part is 10, so plus 4 root 10. And then minus 24, the radical part is 5. So you're looking if you can simplify it any further by collecting if I have root 5s and other root 5s or whole number parts with whole number parts kind of thing. Can't do anything. So that's it. Okay, squaring something, please remember that you're going to have to FOIL if you are squaring a binomial. Okay, so don't try to just square each thing individually because it's squaring the unit. It's a different idea. So don't shortcut, you got to think like this. Same idea, FOIL. So I get first 49. Out is plus 7 root 3. In plus 7 root 3. Last. What are you writing here? Do you want me to write the long way or the shortcut? So if I do a root times the same root, it turns into the canceled root, so just 3. If you had done it root 9, that's fine, but you would still have to change it then to a 3. So I can combine. I can do 49 plus 3 together, so 52. Then I can also combine those because they're both root 3's and more root 3's, so they can be put together, plus 14 root 3. Okay, breaking down. So on this one, you have to have all your magic numbers in your head, ready to go. 4, 9, 16, 25, 36. Okay, does anybody know what 80 would divide by? 16 times 5. Okay. If you had picked 4, that's fine, but then 20 also would have to break down by 4. So then you'd have to do 2 breakdowns. So you always want to try to pick the biggest one. So this is 4 root 5. Root 36, well, that is just what? Just 6. There's no breaking down twice like that. Okay, 45 is divisible by which one of those magic numbers? 9 times 5 is 45. The root of 9 is a coefficient number of 3, put it with the other coefficient number, makes 6 root 5. And minus 24. Okay, now you're ready to put stuff together. Root 5s and root 5s. How many root 5s altogether? 10 root 5. Those can also be put together because they're similar terms. So minus 30. Okay, rationalize the denominator. So when you're doing these questions, you're going to have to multiply by the conjugate of the bottom. Do you remember that word? What does it look like? What's the conjugate of this bottom? So it's to write the same thing with the different sign. So writing the same thing with a different sign. Okay, on the top, we're going to do that. So I get 6 root 5 minus 3 root 15. Okay, on the bottom it is a binomial, which would make a FOIL system. But what's the trick when conjugates happen? What's the shortcut now? What happens to this? They would cancel, so I'm not even going to bother because I know that will happen. So I'm going to FLO this instead of FOIL. So first times first makes 4. Minus, this is always a minus because the signs should always be different. Root 3 is just a 3. Which makes this bottom 1. And then if I divide by 1, I guess I don't even need to write it. Okay, the whole purpose of that question is that when you are done, you don't have any radicals left in the bottom anymore. That's the goal. Okay, solving a radical. Okay, step 1, what should I do? What would be a good idea just to start? Add 4. I can't put them together. All right, what's a good idea now? Square. Okay, if I'm thinking squaring, I'm squaring this unit then. I have to square it as a unit. I'm not squaring one thing, I'm not squaring just two things, I'm squaring it as a unit. Which means FOIL. Okay, do you see how you're always going to keep running into that math idea? When you square a binomial, FOIL. Okay, on the left, it's nice and easy. Those would just cancel. So x plus 6. On the FOIL, you get x squared plus 4x plus 4x plus 16. What's the big algebra maneuver now? 0. So I'm going to equal 0. So I'm going to subtract an x. I'm going to subtract a 6. Okay, so I'm going to put that all together. So 8 minus 1, so that's 7x. And 16 minus 6 is plus 10. Does this factor? Do we have anything that multiplies to 10? Adds to 7? 2 times 5. Okay, I need to check my answers here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to plug in a -2. So, -2 plus 6 is 4. The root of 4 is 2. 2 subtract 4 is -2. Yep, that answer worked. So now, if I plug the -5 in, -5 plus 6 is 1. The root of 1, 1 minus 4 is -3. So that answer did not work for us.